Okay, this is the post-fight video for Tyson Fury versus Sefer Seferi, the return of the Mac. It was the homecoming, it was the rebirth, it was the parting of the sea, it was the return of the linear heavyweight champion of the world, the guy that beat Vladimir Klitschko, the guy that defied the odds in Germany with him and his uncle Peter and Team Fury out in Germany. They defied the odds, as I predicted, and beat Vladimir Klitschko to become unified heavyweight champion of the world. And then the madness. And, you know, the cancellation of the Klitschko fight. And Tyson being out of the ring for so long. And finally, fans just want to see him back in the ring boxing. And I understand that. I understand boxing fans want to see Fury back in the ring. They want to see their star, their hero, their role model, their idol, whatever. I understand that. I get that. I get that, and I get that well. And hey, look, I like Tyson. We haven't agreed on everything, but the difference between a lot of you keyboard warriors here that are typing all these things by dark names and not even using your real name, and then, you know, then telling me things like, oh, my channel's crap, and then I look to your channel and you haven't even got one piece of content on there. It's pretty sad, really. Why a person would take the time, must have no life whatsoever, to just go around pushing the dislike button on videos. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What pleasure do you get out of it when there's one dislike and 40 likes on a video? It must really burn you up. But anyway, see, there's a difference between hate and constructive criticism, and I need to make a difference here. I've been if you look at my track record with Tyson Fury or the Fury family, if you look very carefully and you look at the history with Tyson Fury and our relationship with Fury or the Fury team on BWTM Sports, we were one of very few that were with Tyson Fury before he became world champion. Okay, so we followed the Tyson Fury journey for a long time. In fact, we followed Hugh's Fury fight before he even turned pro. So for all these people, new people to the channel who don't understand the channel and the history of the channel, and it didn't start on this channel, it started on BWTM, by the way. And if you really want to know the history of BWTM or Bayloric TV with the Furies, do yourself a favor. Instead of giving it all big balls, do your research. Take a look on the channel. There's a playlist, the Furious. I think it's the Furious, the Furious Times or the Furious playlist. And on that playlist, it's got all the videos of Tyson Fury spanning back to when we first interviewed him, way back via Skype. I thought I'd have you know that as well. So it's not an area of hate. You also have to take into consideration my background, where I've come from, working, coaching a very high level from grassroots right through to international as a coach and being successful with it. The one thing I hate to see is wasted talent. I hate it. I hate seeing wasted talent. I also hate procrastination, and I really hate when people say certain things and they don't follow it up, or they're not a person of their word. Now, people said I was salty tonight. People said I was, you know, I should have calmed down. I was upset and all the rest of it. But listen, if Tyson Fury had made this comeback fight, it was an undercard fight. If he kept quiet and kept very quiet, like how George Foreman made his comeback and was very quiet and underground, almost nobody saw him, behind closed doors, had the comeback, it would have been fine. I would have had no problems with it. I would have been cool. But see, where I have the problem is when you say you're going to emulate Muhammad Ali. So, all right, you're going to emulate Muhammad Ali. Let's see this emulation let's see how you're going to compare yourself with Muhammad Ali. For those of you who didn't see Muhammad Ali, or unfortunate or unable to see Muhammad Ali when he made his comeback out of being in prison because of political reasons, that wanted to fight in Vietnam. the Vietnam War, then you probably don't understand the magnitude of what Muhammad Ali stood for politically, what Muhammad Ali stood for as a man and as a character. We don't have many people of character like that today in this world. And my point is this: Muhammad Ali stood for something. He said, I'm not going to Vietnam because none of the people in Vietnam did anything to me. So the American people, the American government threw him behind bars. Ali came back after 3 years, 2 or 3 years out of the ring. When he came back, he said he went and fought Jerry Quarry, Oscar Bonavides, and he fought someone else. Jerry Quarry was ranked number 4 in the world. Oscar Bonavides. If you're not sure about this, go back and check my interview with Tyson Fury versus Muhammad Ali comparison by James Ali Bashir. Almost 40 years of experience. So Uncle Bashir was in and around the time of Ali. And you also have to remember as well, when they're taking this into consideration, that Bashir was also the trainer of Alexander Usyk. So he's worked with some of the great heavyweights of the modern era, from Lennox Lewis to Vladimir Klitschko. He knows heavyweight boxing. Okay. So when he's talking about the history of heavyweight boxing, and then you've got Tyson Fury sitting down wherever he is and saying, I'm going to emulate Muhammad Ali. I'm like, okay, Tyson, you love to prove people wrong. Okay, let's see how this emulation is going to work. So Tyson's a man of history. He knows his history. He knows his boxing. But he also likes to talk with double thought. Like, he'll tell you one thing and do something totally different. But Ali said, champion liars, champion fighters. Tyson said, I'm going to emulate and beat Muhammad Ali. He wants to beat Joe Louis' record, and he wants to emulate Muhammad Ali. And many people are comparing Ali's incarceration and to Ali being away, to Tyson being away from the ring and being brought back. Now, my point is this. When you do that, and then you get behind the bandwagon of Tyson coming back and saying Tyson like Muhammad Ali in his comeback, then I'm going to bring the comparisons. And then when I bring the comparisons to you, and then Ali came back against Jerry Quarry, who was a bona fide heavyweight and a world rank 4 heavyweight in the world. And then Tyson Fury is coming back against a 5'11" guy who's the #1 cruiserweight, not even the #1 heavyweight in Albania, the #1 cruiserweight in Albania. Then you want to come and tell me that I am being harsh on Tyson Fury. This is the guy who's the linear heavyweight champion of the world. How do you move from fighting Vladimir Klitschko to Sefer Seferi? You don't. I'm not taken seriously. If Tyson hadn't come back and made all this big hype about returning to Mac and all the big promotion, and I'll beat up Tony Bellew and I'd smash Anthony Joshua one hand behind my back, and if he hadn't said all those things, it wouldn't have been a problem. I'd have watched Tyson go about his business and said, all right, fine. But the fact he said those things, and then I had to sit down and endure and watch this garbage, which it literally was garbage, and then have the ending that it was, where Seferi's like, he just kind of came out as it was like a sparring partner. In fact, his sparring partners probably gave him harder sparring than what he had there tonight. And Tyson was getting hit by right hands. All right, he was getting hit by right hands. So he was out of shape, completely out of shape. I don't know what he's been doing in training. And then they get people saying this is a warm-up fight. Warm-up to what? What are you warming up for? When you have a warm-up fight, you're preparing for something. Some of you guys must be new to boxing, because when you talk about having a warm-up, it's a warm-up to something. Like England are playing warm-ups to the World Cup. So, for example, when they're going to play, for example, if England are playing a hot country, then they'll go and do their warm-ups. They might play some warm-up matches in a hot country. If you're going to go and you're going to, you're going to South Africa, then, you will go to out. If you're going to fight in South Africa, you get out in South Africa in time and you get yourself prepared for that altitude. Right? If you're going to be out in a hot country, you don't go and prepare in a cold country, do you? So people who say that this is a warm-up fight, Tyson is, first of all, not a cruiserweight. B, there are no heavyweight champions of the world that are 5'11". I'm sorry. The two guys who got are giant, 6'6", 6'7", Joshua and Wilder, both specimens of men. Okay? Please understand this. So what is warming up for? Do you see Sefer Seferi as a warm-up? It's not warm-up. It's not warm-up. That's not a warm-up fight. If you fight Shannon Briggs, that's a warm-up fight. I understand it. The guy's 6'4", 6'5". He's a puncher. He was former heavyweight champion. Well, yeah, he's old. Fair enough. And we don't expect Tyson to get in against the best fighters in the world. But remember, this is the Tyson view who said he's going to emulate Muhammad Ali. And for that basis, that's why I was salty tonight. That's why I was pissed. The second reason I was pissed, I don't know why I'm justifying myself to you guys, and girls, the reason I was pissed as well is because that's a guy that's wasting his talent. How many months was he in the gym training? Photographs here. Tyson looks sharp. Tyson looks in shape. Blah, 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 blah. Guy comes in, he's got tires around him. And then people start saying, oh, well, you know, the mental health. And listen, I am never going to knock anyone with mental health or mental health issues. It's not about that. But if the mental health issues are that much of a problem, then he shouldn't be in the boxing ring, should he? Let's be honest. Then he shouldn't be back in the ring so quickly. He's taking his time, get himself into the best shape possible, and then get back in the ring and fight. So he looked in poor condition, which leads me to another question. How did his trainer allow him to get back in the ring in that sort of condition? Like, it's disgusting condition that Tyson was in. I'm sorry. When you look, because people will still talk about the Klitschko fight. Let me remind you, when you talk about the Klitschko fight, just for a second, you can't talk about the Klitschko fight no more. It's done. It's over. It's finished. The fight you now talk about, we now move on. You're only as good as your last fight. And Tyson's last fight is Sefer Seferi. And how are you going to use that as any form of some sort of what comparison? Well, okay, Tyson did this against a 5'11" midget, a midget of 5'11". He didn't knock the guy out. He didn't stop the guy. He didn't look like he was going to stop the guy at any point in time. How do you compare that to fighting the 6'7" and 6'8" giants of Joshua and Wilder? Are you crazy? Are you serious? I mean, Tony Bell is a hell of a lot better than Sefer Seferi. Shannon Briggs, you know, Tyson doesn't want to get hit on the chin by Shannon Briggs clowning around like that. And I also want to remind you, newbie Tyson Fury fans, is that the times Tyson Fury has actually been knocked down in his career has been times when he's been messing around. So when I'm watching him fight, I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, don't get caught with anything. Don't get caught with anything stupid. You don't believe me? Go and look at the Tyson Fury history. When Peter Fury came on board, he gave Tyson Fury science. He gave him, when I remember talking to Peter for the first time I did an interview with him, I remember him saying to me, the reason why I came on board with Tyson was because he was having barroom brawls. And then I said I didn't want to see my nephew fighting like that. So I came and I added something different. And you could see Tyson Fury using the jab, keeping it distance, using his feet, moving in positions. And you could see the evolution of Tyson Fury to the pinnacle of the fight when he fought Klitschko. Let me tell you something. Peter Fury is he's got a great master plan in terms of each fight. He breaks it down. I've been in the gym with Peter and I've watched him up close as a trainer. I don't know about Ben Davison. I'm sorry, for me, the verdict's out on Ben Davison. No disrespect to Ben Davison. I'm sure he'll be a great trainer in the future, but experience is key. It's so key. And I don't know at this point in time whether Tyson Fury is training himself. Has Ben Davison able to haul Tyson in? Can he have a serious word with him on his performance tonight? Is there anybody in that camp that's going to be able to talk to Tyson and give Tyson, say, look, that you're going to have to do a lot better than that if you're going to be heavyweight champion of the world. Even if you go back and look at the clip, go back and rewind the tape when Tyson kisses Seferi when they're about to come head to head. He kisses Seferi, yeah? Look at Ben Davison's face. He goes like this. He goes. He like accepts it. He wants to say something, but he won't say anything. If that's the case and turning a blind eye, then is he turning a blind eye in training camp? I don't know. But for me, I'm concerned. I don't know. I mean, Ben Davison and Tyson may get on very well as mates. But the question I'm asking boxing fans, is this a mate's job here? Is Ben Davison and Tyson Fury's relationship good enough for Tyson to become heavyweight champion of the world? We can't look at the Sefer Seferi performance and say, gauge it as him being back. People say, well, you know, he needed a warm-up. I've explained that before. To me, there were so many other guys in the heavyweight division he could have had a warm-up against. I'm not saying he should have fought the 4th best heavyweight in the world, but if you're talking about emulating Muhammad Ali, then I'm afraid to say this doesn't cut the mustard, because it's a damn well insult to heavyweight boxing and an insult to the history of heavyweight boxing and a damn insult to Muhammad Ali. So there we go. So that's what I've got to say about that. On the whole, Tyson's back. I'm happy for him. The challenge with mental health, you know, to overcome that is great. But don't sit here and tell me about him not being in shape and making excuses for the man. If you love the man like you claim you are, and you're a real fan, you want the guy to succeed, you will say that's not good enough because you've got so much more to give. And I don't like seeing guys waste his potential or his talent. And tonight, Tyson wasted his talent in there tonight. He made himself a laughing stock of the heavyweight division tonight. He should have gone out there and put a right hand and put that guy straight through the ropes tonight and said, I'm back. Don't mess about with me. And we could have said, yes. Now we have a guy at 5'11", a midget retiring on his stool. No knockout. Just not good enough. I'm sorry. Gypsy Boxer says, LOL. What was a shame to watch. If Frank put him in with Bailey this year, he will lose, I'm afraid. Gypsy Boxer says, not to say Fury's finished, but it will take longer for him to get back. I can't see him winning a title within a year. Fury and Frank are too smart for that. Gypsy Boxer says, I'm not one of them. Tyson Fury said he's going to be world champion by the end of the year, challenging for whose belt? No dear. The Furies respect you, Ingram. I know this, says Gypsy Boxers. Fair play to you, Ingram. Was expecting you to defend Fury tonight, but you haven't. So I send props your way. Well, I wasn't defending Fury from the start. I'm not defending him now, and I won't defend him in the future if he continues to do this garbage. Ingram speaks the truth. I give Ingram props too, but kind of feel he's being more critical due to the fact Peter is no longer trading him, and I'm not criticizing Ingram by saying this. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. My name is not Fury at the end of my name, right? But don't take me for a fool. And it's not... I spoke to Tyson the same way I'm talking now on camera. You've got me on camera talking to Tyson Fury the same way. I've always challenged Tyson Fury when I've interviewed him. I've always challenged him. I don't sit there and let Tyson Fury talk that crap with me and accept it. Listen to all the interviews I've talked to Tyson with. Listen to all the interviews. Go do your history on it. Go check the interviews I've done with Tyson. I don't just sit there and say, okay, Tyson, whatever you say, Tyson. Because if he sit down and said to me that Sefer Seferi was a dangerous opponent, I said, hey, are you serious? Are you serious? Right? So we've disagreed before. I said to him in the second fight against Chisora, and the way Chisora was knocking guys over, I said, listen, you're so prone to getting knocked over by overhand rights. You know, Chisora's got a good chance of beating you in this rematch. He says, I'll tell you something, Ingram. I'm going to do something special. Do you know what he did? He went and turned southpaw for the fight, took the right hand completely away from Chisora. And I said, you know what? Tipped my hat off. I said, you know what? Fair play to you, Tyson. When I saw that performance, I said, you know what? This guy's going to go and become heavyweight champion of the world. Why? Because he's able to make adjustments. And I said, when he fights Klitschko, he's going to be mentally too strong for Klitschko. He's going to be too strong for Klitschko, and he'll beat Klitschko before he gets in the ring. And Klitschko's a beaten man before he even got in the ring. So, you know, I've supported Fury. So don't even people going there saying I didn't like Fury. And it's got nothing to do with his split. Whatever happened between him and Peter Fury, it's none of my goddamn business. As far as I'm concerned, I've got lots of love for Peter, and I've got lots of love for Tyson. He's lost a lot of my respect because of the things he's been saying, which are quite contrary to what he's been doing. So I can't say Tyson's a man of his word. He criticised so many people. If you go back and listen to my first and second interviews with Tyson, he criticised Mick Hennessy for all these things, people for leaving Mick Hennessy. He's gone and done the same thing. And Mick Hennessy was one of the guys who stood beside him to get him that world heavyweight title shot. So I can't really, you know, I've got issues with that. So good evening. I'm the biggest Tyson Fury fan, but this reminds me of David Haye. Now, Now, I know why Tony Bellew is looking for a massive payday. Tyson versus AJ Wilder. No, please. Just got on from fighting Ingram. Was funny. That's all I can say. Bellew will touch him up, says Shogun Boxing. I can't believe I'm saying this, says Shogun Boxing. LOL, says Gypsy Boxing. Frank said someone decent at Windsor Park, then Bellew at end of year, maybe. I'm worried. I would be worried too. Just an easy fight to get back into. No, it's disgusting. That's not a fight. Perfect time to make Tyson versus Price. It's a dodgy time for Tyson versus Price, for Tyson Fury. 100%. Price would have ended him tonight. That's what I'm saying to you, people. Good to see him fight, but this did have a Caserta's atmosphere. I agree. Yes, Alex Dixon thought I missed it, though. The shot Price hit Povetkin with would have dropped Fury because Seferi wobbled him in the first. Okay. Mental warm-up. Really? Makes no sense. He said no, one fight at Windsor Park, then Bellew. Then said Shah, maybe, LOL, only Tyson. Who won? The Seferi fight was purely a warm-up for mental aspect of fighting in front of a big crowd. This fight shows his mental state is not trusted by people around him. I agree. A decent journeyman. That's Chris Ogden. Kilgreen says, a decent journeyman. There may be a price depending on his desire, ability, and focus. LOL tires. He's always been in poor condition, says L goes to PK. Disagree with you there. Looked in supreme condition against Klitschko. A decent journeyman probably eat Fury at this point. Gypsy Boxers, you're right what you're saying, Ingram, but I knew what this fight was going to be. Shogun Boxing, Ingram, you are correct, but he's older now and destroyed his body. You probably will never get back to that shape again. And that's my point. That is my point. I've been saying it for the last 3 years. We will never see that Tyson Fury again if he's under this management, this trainer with Ben Davison. I'm sorry. Never, never, ever, ever. I think you missed my point, Ingram. This fight was purely to see if he could train and get into ring. Excuse me, you're making excuses. This is professional boxing. He's meant to train and get in the ring. They don't make excuses for Tyson Fury. Hey, Ingram, do you think he will ever come back? Do you think he will ever come back? Do you think he will ever get back in Tyson's corner? I don't know if Peter's going to come back. You know, I don't know. I can't speak on his behalf. It's not for me to say. Ben Davison called that Hatman on Twitter for calling him a yes man. Well, he is a yes man. Suffered depression, for God's sake. Yeah, I've suffered depression too. And Fury training himself, exactly that is what I was thinking. There we go. Dillian White also, Hatman. This was shit. Well, I'm glad people are saying it. Tyson is Peter back, no discipline at the moment, messing about, and Ben was just chatting rubbish in his corner, says Henry. Henry says, true about what you're saying about Tyson's hypocrisy. Let me tell you something. If Tyson Fury was watching Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder or Dillian White or David Haye or Joseph Parker, if he'd seen any of those guys fighting and he was saying, he was watching them and saying he was heavyweight champion, it'd say, what's his garbage? What's his rubbish? What's his bullshit? If it was Tyson Fury. Because it's Tyson Fury fans are giving him a pass. I'm not giving him no pass. Sorry. Tyson, Ingram, why was Tyson Fury wearing fat and sports gloves tonight? I got no idea, mate. I don't know. Hay came back against the Cobra. Gee, Price could do him. Price always dangerous anyway. Don't fight Price Fury. I'd say so too. Copenhagen, at least Price Hayes antics were free TV and not a subscription channel. Paying this stream on the plus. Shout me out. I'm making you famous. LOL, says DJ Slick. Simon Brown says, was a walnut, but he looked so old beyond ring rust. Fury, always great, but fought on his toes. Whoa, we're going back here, going back up here. Get someone from Fury Camp for an interview. I subscribe to you. You're not a nested man like other people. Fury would take Price fight now. Much more serious, dangerous fight. Wouldn't want to see Fury on the other one in the right hands. Fury needs a beatable threat in front of him, which is why the Price fight is a perfect fight next. On this performance, Hughie Fury is better than Tyson. He's in better shape. You're never going to see Hughie Fury come into shape like that. Okay, I've been buying gloves all my life. Show me a Paffin sport outlet in the UK. These are German gloves, I believe, and preferred gloves of Vlad. Are they not sponsors? The pantomime act was in over casual fans. He's already has the purists. He lacks a big fight fan base. The pantomime act is his new section of fans. Ben Davies is definitely the weakest link in the setup. Peter Fury gives Tyson a chance, and after 2 years plus activity, that's all we can hope for. Yeah, for real, Fury. This is now Shogun Boxing says, for real, Fury would have been ripping AJ if that was him in the ring tonight. Ingram, he got the win, and as you say, I don't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch. Well, unfortunately, my friend, I was doing the commentary tonight. It's a bit difficult to do commentary without watching the fight. You should try it sometime. See how far it goes with you. Ingram, I'm a huge fan, but I'm not giving him a pass, LOL. I'm a Fury fan, says sometimes witty. I'm a Fury fan, but tonight was a joke. Expected 3 or 4 rounds of fighting for 4 or 5 knockdowns and give up. But wow. Chris Ogden's, my point was behind the scenes, he probably wants to fight one day, but doesn't the next. They gave him easy fight purely to see if he could get in the ring without packing him beforehand. Sometimes what he says, anticlimactic. Well, if that's the case, shouldn't be boxing, should he? Really? I know this because I had multiple comeback attempts. Only when it came hard training did I realize I didn't want it. I understand. I had the same situation myself. But that's okay. But when you got fans waiting and, you know, if there's a problem mentally, then maybe Tyson shouldn't be in the ring yet. And he's doing himself a disservice. You're likely right, says Chris. AA says shambolic. Paffin Sports is Klitschko. He shouldn't fight AJ Wilder until he fights Price first. I think Sefer Seferi was a good comeback. Groguja says Tyson actually got hit a few times against a better opponent. This comeback would have all backfired. Yeah, you're damn right about that. Just watch Wilder's speed and footwork, and then sat to Fury. Fury looked so old, maybe 6'9", doesn't age well. Well, I don't understand, but I'm right. They are German gloves. Very hard to get in the UK. They're talking about the gloves Tyson Fury fought with tonight. Doesn't Fury come into most fights in the past round 270, except 140? I don't know. It was decent fight boxing, but I'm glad I went. It was crazy nights boxing. He probably needs the money and see what AJ makes. 1 or 2 fights can make millions. Problem is, if Ben Davies is not up to the task, if Fury sees him as a mate who got him to lose 7 stone, overcome the mental issues to get in the ring, then he will stick with him. I know. Tyson won't do anything with Ben Dover in his corner. I'm sorry, but I didn't listen to what Ben Davison said in the corner, but there's no way Ben Davison's got the experience that Peter Fury's got. This is not a knock on Ben Davison. It is just what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's wrong, but how many times have promoters duped us with pull fights to line pockets? That's what it is, people. I mean, as I said before, I would like to see Tyson fight. My list of people for Tyson's fight: Sokolowski, Duhaupas, Gary Cornish, the Irishman, Turner. That would be 4 fights I would have seen Fury in with, and I'd have been happy to see Fury come back on those fights. Do you know what I mean? Give a British guy a payday. That's what I would have done, but that's just me. To be honest, I think Seferi did the right thing. He gave it a few rounds, regardless of how boring, and ran off with a paycheck without taking any damage. He set up to lose, and we all know it. Simon Brown says, we'd like to see him fight an Roy Jones. The gloves are catered promotion sponsors. If I'm wrong, someone put me right. I buy a lot of gloves. Why Paffin? Educate me. I don't know. Hit like and subscribe, peeps. Thank you so much. Ben Davies is only there because only way to get Tyson back. type of trainer 24/7. Maybe he needs Ben, but a Peter Fury to be boss in camp. Pete won't take the antics, and if Tyson is serious, he needs to go back. He's pissing out too much. And Roy Jones next. Oh dear, 10-inch reach advantage. John Fury said he thinks Ben Davison is going to be one of the best trainers in the world. Is Big Bad John losing it? I've seen your interviews with Tyson, and you never seen you challenge him. You always seem to creep. Oh my lord. Oh, it's Robbo Davis. Sorry, it's a troll in the room. And with that, be gone. Bye, Robbo Roberts. I don't know videos. You're probably watching somebody else's videos, mate. You're not watching my videos. So yeah. Hello, England. You're savage. What is Tyson Fury's ideal weight? 157. Well, not 157. I think he's two. I think his ideal weight. I don't know. The weight he fought Klitschko was his ideal weight. That weight is great for Fury because what you want is flexibility, movement, and he looked so slow tonight. It was unreal. I think my new favourite UK fight has just swapped to Hugh Fury on this performance. Ben, he says, that was the best knockout of the night. Don't suffer trolls, sorry. Rito. No sympathy for them. 257. Possibly, yeah. Wherever you weighed against Klitschko, somebody can box like that. 18 stone 5, wait for Klitschko. Well, he's a big man, so yeah. Bearing in mind, Klitschko's a big man himself, so I like to see Tyson 18 stone. 18 stone's good for Tyson, but he says he'll never make that weight again. So if Tyson Fury will never make 18 stone again, that means he wants easy fights. That means we're never going to see Tyson Fury looking like he did against Klitschko, which means this is the Tyson Fury we got in 2018. Other than Peter, who trains Tyson to get him back something like 247? Fisher weight was less, but Team Click fiddled the scales. 17 stone 5. Yeah, I'd say 17 stone 5 for me as well. Who do you guys think is next fight's going to be? People say Belly, but I'm thinking it's going to be another fat bum next. Then he can hit properly. Then maybe Belly at the start of next year. Like I said before, and I said at the beginning of 2018, I don't think Tyson's going to fight anybody decent until 2019. Briggs is next up next. If Tyson Fury fights Shannon Briggs next, I'll give him that pass. But if he fights like that against Shannon Briggs, woo-wee! First couple of rounds will be dangerous. Eddie's going to take Warren to the cleaners on IFL interview on tonight's performance and fight in arena. As I recall, Klitschko fixed the scales to make Fury seem light. Take Frank to the cleaners. See above. Yeah, I read that. By the time Tyson declares to have Peter back, it'll be too late. Tyson's self-disrupted his career. Briggs would be a good choice. I think Briggs would be a dangerous fight at this point. Tyson needs to find his own self inside. He's not a bad man. I know bad, and trust me, he's a good boy. His father is very proud too. Material things and greed, playing, it corrupts their money. Maybe so. Maybe so. Can't argue there. Shannon Briggs might be linear champion again. Scary. Why are all these cruiserweights? Fight a heavyweight. Then he'll realize he needs proper trainer. He's back out in 11 weeks, so he stayed in camp. By December, his fitness will be 100%. He can do it easy. He'll lose weight steadily. Really? That depends on Ben Davison and Tyson Fury. Tyson being disciplined in camp and not going off the rails, and Ben Davison be able to pull him back in and keep him in shape. When I said Briggs no, the world said yes. Easy, they said. Now you know. I think Briggs, yes, definitely. Ha 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 ha, aha. Briggs is retired. He can't get a fight. Well, I heard Briggs is going to be fighting Fury. That's what I heard. They're trying to get a contract together. Was awful fight, but needs this fight to get ring rust off. Right. If you think that Sefer Seferi got Tyson's ring rust off, then think again. What did he do? What did Seferi do for Tyson to get ring rust off? Show me Ring rust. Show me where. Show me how he got ring rust off, please. I'd like to know what. The question I'd like to ask myself is this. Did Frank Warren tell Sefer Seferi to stop boxing and told him to retire in the corner? That's the question. Did Tyson say to Frank, look, I'm only going 4 or 5 rounds tonight, tops. That's it. I haven't got the fitness to go 10 rounds. Alex Reese says, hello, mum. Okay. The more Tit's conversation goes, the more I'm convinced he'll never dance on his toes again. I don't see him moving like a butterfly again. Good point. Reckon Briggs has done Hay back in 2007. I think he would have done Briggs as well. Chris Hay says, ha, 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 ha. He made him sweat, LOL. I think this fight increased the ring rust. I think he got paid 4 rounds only. Yes, Seferi stopped. I think it was a group decision. Fury didn't have the same footwork to me. Yes, Dad, says Alex Reese. Fury reasons needs until the end of 2009 to get in proper shape. Minimum 18 months. More likely more than 2 years. I'd say Fury needs to drop to 8 stone with some extra muscle. Well, Briggs can bring the head down with body shots, and he's a master of it. And I think he's 65 years old, but it don't matter. And monkeys, Briggs, no, not yet. Just seen IFL interview, and he's happy with performance. He's going camping and back in the gym. Does Chisora beat Tyson now? Nah. Tyson's got Chisora's number. All that funny, jokey stuff from Tyson has got to be insecurity or something, because it's seriously not normal. Surely we have friends that tell us when a joke isn't funny. No, it wasn't funny. It was actually quite worrying. Do you know, at one point, I'm not being funny, yeah? Deadly serious. At one point, you know what fight flashed through my mind? Lennox Lewis, Oliver McCall. The second fight where McCall was off his rocker. That worried me. I saw images of Oliver McCall walking around the ring crying, having a mental breakdown. I'm very concerned for Tyson Fury. I really am. It seems slightly delusional about the whole thing, to be honest. Dying to see Billy Joe Saunders' interview about the Fury's performance. Does Belly beat Tyson? Should he fight Stavern? Damn it. Staverne's got to get himself in damn shape, man. I mean, he really has. I mean, like, fighting shape. He's got to fight regularly. I believe Staverne's fighting in July. Oh, dear. Damn hay fever, forgive me. Based on that performance, who would you pick as Fury's next opponent? Gary Cornish? Sokolovsky? Sam Sexton? Yeah, a British guy, probably. It's Chris A. He. Molina? Johnny Reyes would have killed him tonight. Seen Billy's interview, typical biased matey view. Off. RF. Henry says, Ingram, my deal stuff from hay fever too. You're a joker. Molina. With his height, he should only be fighting heavyweights. I agree with you there, Marks MB. Nathan, yeah, why not Cornish? Roy Jones Jr., not a real heavyweight again. Gary Cornish, Sokolovsky, Rudenko. I want the guy who's got a good chin. He's going to go around. Sokolovsky, Rudenko, Ustinov, Marius Vac, Molina. Yeah, those type of guys I'd like to see Tyson in with next. Shannon Briggs. Sam Sexton. Actually, Sam Sexton. I wouldn't mind seeing Sam Sexton as well. Why, Alec? Bring up. Get. What's his name? Where is McDermott around? John McDermott, Big Mac. Is he about? Let's get John McDermott back in there. The guy that fought Dillian for his from Africa, he needs the dough. I tell you should fight. What's his name? Oh, the guy Dave Allen fought him, and Wilder fought him. Jason Gavin. Yeah, Jason Gavin should fight Fury next. Can't think of his name. Bill definitely on the brag about his injury. I thought he looked heavy too. Is Lucas Brown a danger fight for Tyson Fury? It could be if he connects. Do you think he'll fight 2 times this year? I'd like to see him fight 3 times this year. If Fury's movement and footwork is to be advantage over other boxer, he really needs to get back to peak fitness. Otherwise, he's just an awkward big guy without elite level power. I agree. Yes, perfect to Simon Brown. Jason Gavin. I thought you were going to say Ortiz then. No. Mate. Not only going to report you, going to hide you from the channel. Bye, John Power. Seferi bet on himself to lose in 5. Lucky for him. Fury's footwork looked as if he was in mud on wellies. I tell you what was worrying for me, seeing Ricky Hatton in the ring there with Tyson Fury. See why I say this? Because mind me and my hay fever people. Thing what worrying me about this fight was that Ricky Hatton was in the ring, and we know Ricky Hatton's career of how he likes to blow up and down in weight. Not really the type of guy I'd want to have Tyson Fury to be associating with. Sefer Seferi must have think the fight's tomorrow because he wasn't here tonight. Big Baby or Shannon Cannon. Shannon the Cannon, but not Big Baby. Think Wingy may have done him tonight. Maybe Wingy for next fight for a kebab belt. LOL. Nathan Gordon would smoke Tyson now. Never mind Belly. Give him a chance. He'll be a stone lighter in August. Tyson view David Hay next. He's not ready for Big Baby or Briggs. Ben Parkinson would need a bucket for his head at ringside. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So in September, when he comes in August, you'll tell me in September, listen, man should be in good shape now. Who do you think would beat AJ? I don't know. I don't particularly care because tonight it's about Tyson Fury and Sefer Seferi. Hatton's a heavyweight. Yeah. I think that's about it. Don't forget the subscribe button. Get involved at BWTM Sports Channel on the Facebook page, guys. Really appreciate it. Forgive me again. The love of hay fever. If it's Bellew or Chart at the end of the year, who would you fight at Windsor Park? It'd be interesting who he fights at Windsor Park. We know that it's going to be on Frampton's card, so nice. Thanks, nice event. Probably Fury's going to fight Bellew this year. Thanks for the show. Ingram, are you high? No, I'm not high, mate. Wish I damn was. Wish I damn was high. I don't smoke, but if I wish I was high, buddy, because if I was high, I probably wouldn't have given a damn about Fury's fight tonight. Too many casuals in the chat. That's all right. Don't worry about the casuals. They'll be gone tonight. What do you think of Fury's choice of music, Afro Man? Well, Charles would be a good fight for Tyson, but he needs to train for God's sake. Yeah, he does. Ingram is the original Bob Marley. You just need to stay cool, people. Right, I'm out of here because not much conversation in the room now of any real, not real much conversation now. So it's time for me to duck out. Thank you all so much. When we come back later tonight, we'll have some real good chat in the room with our hardcore boxing fans as Terence Crawford, another guy we've interviewed on BWTM Sports. We've talked to Terence twice on our channel. So we're looking forward to tonight. Crawford, looking forward to him fighting tonight. So I'll be back around 2 a.m. in the morning. I think 2 a.m. I'll be back. All right. So we'll see you then. Crawford versus Horn, the championship of the world. Welterweight. Can't wait. See you then. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the videos, please. Let people know about it. I'm out.